Well, game journalists have gone insane again, as usual. But I knew it was coming. I was just ready to make the content about it. Everybody knew that's been watching my channel for a while that I was going to be talking about Avowed, and I knew it was going to be garbage. And you know what's even worse? It's worse than garbage. Because at least I would have played garbage and made fun of garbage. There's not much to make fun of because it's just mid. Let's see what game journalists have to say about it, because I haven't really been keeping up. Rev says Desu. You don't hate games journalists enough. I probably do.
Guys, Riff here. So today we have a lot of gaming related news to cover, so let's not waste any time and jump right into it. Beginning with this article right here from PC Gamer. This is definitely one of the best articles I've seen in quite some time, a possible Pulitzer Prize winner right here. So obviously it's been a rough couple of years for games journalism.
What does this even mean? Avowed's best enjoyed if you ignore the frame rate. What is, I don't even know. What's the frame rate? Avowed's low frame rates but smooth feeling gameplay makes me, that's what it, okay? So we're just not caring about how games look and play anymore?
At large, there's been a lot of layoffs. So people over at PC Gamer, for example, one employee now has to pick up the slack of 3 employees due to all these layoffs, and it's reflected in their articles because normally they're bad, but these ones are on another level. So here is the headline: Avowed's best enjoyed if you ignore the frame rate. Maybe we should do this more often. Ah yes, an apologist for an overpriced game that is not functioning properly.
$90 for early access to this game. You want to play it early? $90. And it sucks. Is it worth $90? Anybody who's played this game, did you pay $90? Was it worth it?
Thank you, PC Gamer. At this point, just take PC out of your name, and also while you're at it, take gamer out of your name as well, because this is absolutely ridiculous. Imagine defending a...
This is straight up cope. Straight up cope.
Avowed, or any game for that matter, for not functioning properly, for screwing up with their frame rate, and it still costs money. People are paying for a broken product. In this case, with the early access, paying $90 for Avowed, and then you have PC Gamer being their apologist and excusing the bad frame rates.
I've been seeing people coping hard about this game, where a lot of them are like, well, it's not really meeting my expectations, but it's still really good. 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 for a game that's not meeting your expectations. It's cope. They're all lying. They're lying to justify this terrible game because it was for the woke points.
That is absolutely ridiculous. Now, here's some of the reasoning they provided in this article. So they said there's a big difference between the performance of hardware and that of a game. Of course, it's not like one can go, oh, the CPU feels like it's running really fast. It either is or isn't, and the only way to be certain is to run tests and get numbers. For games, it's different unless it's a competitive one, especially if it's going to potentially be a source of income for you. But even then, surely it doesn't matter how fast it's running as long as it feels okay and doesn't prevent you from achieving your desired goal.
So, in modern gaming, in today's age, 60 FPS is like the bottom of the barrel. Every game should be running at 60 FPS minimum. Good games should be running at 120. Great games should be running at 200 plus. What is this? Like, we're complaining that we don't have a 60 FPS Bloodborne, and people are like, oh, but if it's bad FPS on this Avowed woke game, it's still a good game and you should play it. Pay $90. Ridiculous, man.
Yes, no is the response that everyone is collectively making in response to this article that, again, is just peak games journalism in the year 2025. Now let's move on to the next part of this video. We're going to be talking about Civilization 7. So this is...
I wanted this game. I was looking forward to the changes that they were going to make because it looks to me like it was going to be Civilization 5 2. It says it in the title. That's 5. That's 5 2. No, it's Civilization 6 plus.
This is another example of a franchise that is a goldmine, right? How can you screw this up? Well, they're finding a way with Civ 7. This was a franchise that pretty much had it made, right? Pretty much anything they put out will do really, really well. And even with the complications...
I've been hearing people say, well, I didn't like it at first, but now that I'm 300 plus hours into it, I'm starting to enjoy it. I'm not going to play a game for 300 plus hours for me to enjoy it. I should be enjoying it right away. I even enjoyed Civ 6 at the beginning until I realized that it's just really weird and cartoonish. And I like the builder system school, which they completely removed workers and builders from Civ 7. I have heard. I'm not going to get this game. I might get it on sale in like 3 years if they drop the price down to like $10. No, I ain't going to get this game.
Involving Civ 7, they're still doing pretty well, but the numbers here are very interesting. So 82,000 in-game players. It's been about a week since this dropped, so that number is okay, I guess. It's probably a little disappointing for such a big franchise like this, but what's really telling is the review rating here. 51%. That is shockingly low for a game like this, and people are attributing...
The only thing that I've heard good about Civ 7 is the military mechanics, the way wars are fought. But it's still not going to be as good as Civ 5, in my opinion, because what's the point of having one good mechanic if everything else is mid? Not even suck. I'd be almost okay if it sucked rather than it being mid. Because if it's mid, then it's just boring. If it sucks, then you got something to laugh at.
That to a lot of things that really are fundamental about Civ games. Apparently with Civ 7, they changed how the story progresses and how the civilizations work. Apparently you have to like change civilizations multiple times throughout the story and how everything unfolds, and it's like very...
Kind of like how in Civ 4 your government would change. They just like decided, you know what, we're just going to make your whole civilization change. And that makes no sense to me.
Confusing, and it's just a weird change in their strategy, and a lot of people really don't like it. But Civ 7 and their team at Firaxis here has understood how disappointed people are right out of the gate, and they've been playing damage control pretty much ever since, even revealing that they're going to give free updates for people who purchase this game that normally would have been paywall through a DLC or something like that. So they're aware of what's going on. Now, the other thing that's been going on, this happened a couple days ago, I saw this all fall apart in real time. They made this tweet from their Civ game account saying, "Thank you, Civ fans." They deleted this because people were clowning on this video, but luckily people like Smash JT have a downloaded version of this. So let's watch this clip and why people are making fun of it so hard.
Thank you.
Thank you, Civ fans.
Thank you, Civ fans. Y'all are the best fans in gaming.
Thank you, Civ fans. You're the best.
Thank you, Civ fans. You are the best fans in gaming. Thank you so much.
Hey, Civ fans. Big thank you from the audio team.
Thank you, Civ fans, for continuing to be the best fans in gaming, and we really hope you continue to take one more turn.
Thank you for playing Civilization 7.
Thank you, Civ fans.
Thank you.
This is really giving off the Imagine vibes. You remember that video that a bunch of celebrities made during COVID where they were all singing Imagine by John Lennon and they got roasted? This is the same concept.
Thank you, Civ fans. The launch of Civ 7 is here. We absolutely cannot wait for you to experience the game yourselves. So enjoy.
It also gives off the, we're sorry. We're sorry. We're sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you, Civ fans.
Yeah.
Thank you, Civ fans.
This lost at the ballot box. That was my quote before, of course, they deleted their tweets.
It looks to me like they got a bunch of freaks working there. Most of those people were normal. But there's some freaks working there, and I guarantee you they had a heavy hand in making this game.
Because of the amount of people ridiculing this whole thing. But yeah, you start looking around, and doesn't it all just add up as to why this franchise has gone the direction
every time?
And I think it kind of speaks for itself.
Bro, every time, just fire these crazy woke people. Get rid of them, and they will stop being woke. They will revert back to their normal selves because these people are just like, oh, you're awesome. Oh, you're awesome. Yeah, we're both awesome. Everything's awesome except for those people. Except for the normal people.
Right. But things are getting even worse for Civ 7 and Civ 7 fans as well. So one of the, I guess, controversies.
How is Harriet Tubman a leader? That is straight up pandering because she never led a country. Are you kidding me? I didn't even know about this. Excuse me, what?
Controversial elements of Civ 7 was that Harriet Tubman was a playable leader in that game, which had a lot of people confused because it seems like a role much larger than you would expect for her. You can like that, dislike that, whatever, but a lot of people were rubbed the wrong way by that, so people were making mods to try to circumvent this and to change it however they felt fit. And apparently, if you do this, you get banned, right? So people are getting banned for this racist mod, right?
What do you mean by banned? Like, banned from single-player gameplay? What if we have a Hitler mod, you know, in like Civ 5? We banned for that? Of course not. Ridiculous. In a single-player game? I know it might be multiplayer that they're doing it in, but like, it doesn't say that.
So obviously they're quite upset about this. And yeah, you can see here Civ 7 Steam forum moderators accused and banned a player for racism and discriminatory content after he criticized the decision to make Harriet Tubman a leader in the game. So not only are they banning people who make mods, they're banning people who are even criticizing this decision, which is absolutely...
Banning them from what, though? Like, from the discussion forums? From actually making mods? What are they getting banned from? Because if they're getting banned from actually playing the game, you can't do that.
Insane, and really tells you the state of really any conversation involving gaming. If you dare have the wrong think or question something, you're going to get banned. And it's pretty much as simple as that. Now let's move on to PlayStation here. Sony coming out with an absolute banger. So they released basically a code of conduct yesterday, and people, they're not responding very well to it, and that's not too surprising. So,
be inclusive. Be intolerant. Unless you're white and also a Republican who supports Trump.
It says this. Everyone's a noob at gaming when they start. Your kindness can help improve the experience for those new to the gaming community. Let's keep playing.
If you're trying to keep your community kind, we're going to ruin it. We're just going to ruin it. We're going to make it unkind. We're going to be unkind because you're all a bunch of fucking pussies. Get over it. Get over yourselves.
PlayStation, the best place to play by following our code of conduct. Every time a company comes out with a code of conduct for playing video games, it is always going to be received negatively. I don't understand why anyone would do this. If you want to have a code of conduct, just put it on your website because you have to, or you feel like you have to, and just leave it at that. You don't have to share this publicly. It's just going to backfire, and you can read their rules here. That's just part of the code of conduct, beginning with be inclusive and be tolerant and be respectful. So the be inclusive part says PlayStation Network is for everyone, regardless of gender identity, sexual orientation, race, ethnicity, nationality, color, immigration status, social and economic class, educational level, shape and size, family status, political belief, and mental and physical ability, or any other attribute that people use to label others or divide communities. Now, of course, they say acceptance for everyone, but I think we know kind of what they're trying to drive at here and who's...
Yeah, I guarantee if you make Trump a leader with a mod, that they're going to ban you. I want to see that. I want to see them do that. Is there a Trump mod for Civ 7?
Actually going to be protected by codes of conduct like this. But people weren't having this. They were trashing this code of conduct, basically saying that PlayStation and Sony need to be sentenced to a couple of hours.
Wait. I wasn't done reading that. Okay. PlayStation Network is for everyone, regardless of gender identity, sexual orientation, race, ethnicity, nationality, color, immigration status, social and economic class, education levels, shape and size, family status, political belief, and mental and physical ability. So you can't call people fat or any other attribute that people use to label others or divide communities. Be tolerant. Help each other out. Remember, you were new once too. You can help create a better experience by being considerate for those new to the gaming community. How about you just get good, noob? Maybe you should be better at the game. Be respectful. We know we can't expect everyone to agree all the time. In such case, express your opinion respectfully or walk away if you can't reach an agreement. Don't tell me what to fucking do. Don't tell me what attitude that I can have when I'm playing games.
Protected by codes of conduct like this. But people weren't having this. They were trashing this code of conduct, basically saying that PlayStation and Sony need to be sentenced to a couple of hours.
If I am playing online with my friends and there's nothing, nobody else, it's just me and my friends, we're not following this. If we get random people in there, it's me and my friends and one random person, we're not going to dumb down our speech and our actions because the person is, you know, a wokey and can't handle it and is super emotional. And if you are all of the things that they say, or any of these things that they say that you need to be respectful of, and you're playing with me, and you were making it a big deal, I'm going to make it a big deal. I'm going to say all of the things that you don't want me to say. You are going to hate me. Because I hate you for trying to censor me. This isn't China. I understand if I'm playing with kids online, but if I'm playing with adults, go fuck yourself.
Hours in a Call of Duty lobby from back a decade ago. But yeah, this didn't go over well, and honestly, a lot of things aren't going very well over at Sony. Speaking of which, you guys remember Fairgames? We've talked about Fairgames a couple of times. This is another
I don't know about this.
At a live service game here that is,
of course it is,
really just
generic
modern audience incarnate. People absolutely hate this game, and all of the reveal trailers for it, they get dislike bombs into oblivion because this game is just so... Again,
are they fighting in an Amazon warehouse? That's what it looked like. That's what those robots look like.
Modern audience, all the flashy colors, the girl bossing characters, the eat the rich mentality of this game. That's kind of like the whole backbone of it, which is hilarious coming from Sony, of all people, trying to do a how do you do, fellow kids type moment with this plot line. But yeah, turns out there's actually some more issues.
Rich people are bad, guys. Remember, when we're making this game, rich people are bad. I'm taking a $2.5 million a year pay, and I'm gonna buy a whole bunch of old cars with it. That's what I think it was Bobby Kotick did that.
Issues going on because Sony has announced that the PS5 live service title Fairgames has reportedly slipped, and it sounds like now they're targeting a release next year.
Never heard of it.
Even this dumpster fire is being plagued by delays that we're seeing across the industry. And unfortunately for...
It seems like as Xbox is pushing games onto all of the consoles and all of the systems, Sony is keeping all their games on their system, and they're all failing. So I guess I'm just never going to play another PlayStation game again, especially the fact that they make you sign up for PlayStation, and you can't play PlayStation games on PC without being signed up. And then their servers went down, and you couldn't play online and connect to these single-player games. Are you joking? No, they're not joking. They're completely serious, and they're going to keep doing it. Here's a free week, guys. Here's a free week of PlayStation Plus. Remember when it was completely free?
Fairgames. I don't think any delay will help this game out. I don't think anything can save this slow-moving car crash that is Fairgames. At this point, Sony should just shut it down. Just shut it down, get the tax write-off, and save yourself more money being wasted and more bad PR for your company, because this game is not going to do well. I don't say that unless I really mean it. This game...
I wonder how much they spent on this game. I bet it was like $300 million plus, because they love to do that. And they get to do a tax write-off, and it was probably not even them funding it. It was probably something like you said funding it, or some kind of other woke government program.
Is not going to do well. Will it be a Concord level failure? I don't think so, but clearly there's a very big budget for this game and little to no interest. It's not like with Veilguard or something like that, where yes, there's a lot of people who think it's garbage, but there's still a pretty good holdout of people who are always interested in the game. Nobody is interested in Fairgames. Not a single person on the internet really cares about this, and it's going to crash and burn. Like I said, a delay will not fix this. And again, it's another poor attempt at a live service game.
I think even the people that I know that plays Like, Sony games aren't gonna play this because they don't know. I've got friends who only play PlayStation, and I don't think that they know about this game. And if they do, they don't care, because it sounds terrible. I don't even know what it is. Like, is it a Call of Duty type game? I don't know.
Live service games are not an inherent failure, by the way. We're going to talk about some more live service games in just a second. But
Marvel Rivals.
I say this over and over again. The reason people think live service games are an automatic failure is because they associate it with games like Concord or Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, all these mega flops, and they don't pay attention to the ones that do really good. It kind of clouds the vision, right? You can make a live service game good, but unfortunately a lot of the teams who are making them are putting out a bad product and creating this pattern recognition with...
Whoa. I'm gonna stop you there. Even worse than that, they put out a good game and then change it over time. That's another thing, like World of Warcraft.
Live service games where people just think live service games in general are bad. But let's move on to another pretty funny update here. So Overwatch is doing their best, okay? Overwatch 2 has released a new hero, Freya. Now, you know something is going on over at Blizzard when they're releasing a new...
This character looks normal. Why does this character look normal? This looks like a normal character. You know they're freaking out when they start making normal-looking characters.
Character like this. Like, I'm awaiting a new round of allegations or something like that. For them to release what I call an attractive white character in Overwatch 2, you know they're sweating right now. You know they are really feeling the heat. And where are they feeling this heat from? Well, of course, it's from Marvel Rivals. Okay, they're getting absolutely curb stomped by Marvel Rivals, and it's not even close. It might actually be the Overwatch 2 killer, which honestly, it's like finishing off a near...
Do people still play Overwatch 2? Anybody out there? Does anybody play Overwatch 2? I don't know anybody who even picked up this game at all when it released. I know people who liked Overwatch 1, kinda, but they killed it. They killed Overwatch 1 and replaced it with Overwatch 2.
Corpse at this point. It's not too hard to do, but Marvel Rivals has really put this game into the dirt, and seeing this character, a character like this being released at this given time shows...
Even people like me who hate online games, who do not play competitive online games whatsoever, even I had fun with it. That's bad. That's really bad for all of these woke games.
Just how desperate they are. I mean, just look at the numbers. 26,000 in-game players right now, but we looked at review ratings earlier. This one always kills me. 22%. 22% on this game. That is absolutely mind-boggling, and they are struggling really hard right now. I mean, just look at the numbers, right, for each...
The biggest problem I think Overwatch has, besides all the woke propaganda, is all of the other woke games are trying to copy it and be exactly like it, because they're like, this woke game is successful, we have to make another one with like a slightly different mechanic. And it's just making all games look the same.
Each season, and right now they're at their lowest point ever, and basically holding on for dear life at this point. And you compare that to Marvel Rivals, which right now has 300,000 in-game players, about 15 times that of Overwatch 2. And that is pretty impressive. I mean, we're about 2 or 3 months into the release of this game, and it's still pushing ahead very strong. There's a lot of things to look forward to. Marvel Rivals is showing...
Get fucking wrecked, son. I love it when normal games come out and they just destroy all of these crazy people's stupid political propagandist games. Ridiculous, man. I love it so much. And I got to just throw in this quip real quick, and it has to do with mods. I think people are going to be starting to move away from Nexus mods pretty soon if they don't stop with their crap where they're banning people over Trump mods. Like, are you serious? Get with the times, man. Get with the times. We're done with all this gay stuff. And it's cool to have gay stuff, but when I say gay stuff, I'm talking about this like weird propagandist political war culture stuff, culture war grossness that does not belong in video games, where they're just putting it in there because, you know, I don't even know. I don't even know what they're trying to do. They're trying to take over, I guess, and like re-educate people because it's fucking communism.
That a live service game can be good. It's not an inherently bad genre of video games, because look what we're seeing here. Marvel Rivals is doing great, and people are completely abandoning games like Overwatch for Marvel Rivals, and I think it makes a lot of sense, and I think it's a good thing to reject the slop that we're seeing with Overwatch and accepting something that is just a little bit better, like Marvel Rivals. So, the final piece of this video today is the most surprising and also unsurprising news you'll ever see. So, as reported, GTA 6's PC...
I don't think this is true. Honestly, I don't think it's true. If GTA 6 is coming out in late 2025, I don't think that the PC release is going to come out early 2026. I think that the normal console release is going to come out in 2026, and the PC version is going to come out almost exactly a year later.
Release date is early 2026, Corsair Gaming believes. So that is not great. So their publisher, Take-Two, recently hinted at a PC release after consoles. And you can see down here,
of
their
course,
parent company was speaking on its latest financial results, and they had this to say: yeah, GTA 6 is probably the one everyone is talking about, and we'll get a glimpse of that, I think, later on in the year for console. My understanding now is it's going to come out in the fall for console, and then early 2026 for PC, which is an interesting thing. I wonder if people enjoy having a later PC release. I don't really know why you would have something shortly after, unless it's literally just because they're not prepared to have it done. But seeing this delay on the PC release also calls into question whether or not they're going to deliver on that late 2025 release. They said it's going to be 2025 on the console. So I don't know. At this point, I don't really have any confidence this game is going to deliver when it's been told it's going to be delivered. But the thing that I really want to draw attention to again is the fact that I am very convinced this game is going to be marketed for $100. And I'm going to greatly worry about how that's going to have a domino effect across the industry, because when they...
I think they're going to change it, and they're going to split up the online and the normal version. And I think it's going to be more expensive to buy them separately than it is to buy them as a package, because that just makes sense for in a like multi-billion-dollar company, almost trillion-dollar company. Is it almost trillion-dollar? It's got to be by now. Take-Two, I mean, not Rockstar.
They do it, and I think they're going to do it. When they make this game $100, because they know people are going to buy it no matter what, there's going to be a trickle-down effect in the industry where every single AAA publisher is going to say, yup, we're worth that too. We're going to raise our standard price to $100.
Let's go.
Gamers,
I hope this game comes out and it's $200. And then everybody's like, oh, we can match that. We can make it 120. We might not be able to make it 200, but we'll make it 120. And all these games are going to fail. And I cannot wait, because nobody's going to pay. Oh, I say nobody. Look at Avowed. 9,000 players online for a $90 game. Oh, but it's just early access. No. It is out for $90. And you're paying for the broken version. That's how they get around it. Because it used to be games would come out day one and be completely broken. And now they understand that that's going to be a thing because they're garbage. So they're like, oh, okay, we'll just have an early access version. And now we can charge extra so people could play the broken version. It's so stupid, and people buy it. 9,000 people online, craziness. And people are coping real hard.
Are going to get pissed because those games are not like GTA 6, which is arguably the most anticipated release of all time. And they're going to say, I'm not buying that. I'm not spending $100. And basically, you're spitting in the face of the customer by doing so.
Games journalists, I'm calling it now. Games journalists are going to start coming out with articles that why you should buy Concord 2 at $100 and why it's a good thing and why it's important for culture and the gaming community as a whole.
And there's going to be a big crash in the industry. If that happens, I think there's going to be some big issues. But anyways, that is the latest news involving GTA 6. And that's going to do it for this video. As always, Feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'll see you next time.
So, just, stay away from AAA games. I am. AA games are the new AAA. They're the new games that have taken over the market. Just buy AA, buy the indie games. They're still good, mostly. The indie games that are failing, nobody knows about, and those are the woke games. Some of them are doing all right, but as a joke, usually. Like that Dustborn game. That one only got sales as a joke because people were shitting all over it. I'm not going to play any AAA games anytime soon. I'll go back. I'm about to be playing Dishonored 1 and Metro Last Light. It's going to be real fun. And those are old games that I haven't played. Actually, you know what it is? I think it's a good thing that the gaming industry is crashing. That gives me time between the great game releases for me to play all these old games in my backlog that I've never played before that I just couldn't get around to, because for a while there, around 2012, 2016, there were a lot of really, 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 really good games coming out that I completely missed because there was just too many. I still haven't played the first God of War. I ain't playing the second one. That's got a bunch of woke crap in it. If you got woke crap, even like 2% woke crap in your game, I'm skipping it. I ain't giving you my money. Get out of here with that. I'm done with it. I'm tired of this culture war nonsense. I just want normal stuff again. Go fuck yourselves, all of you. Not you watching the video who's agreeing with me, but if you disagree with me, fuck you. Ugh.